At the end of the day, you gonna have to go report to your boss. It's a shame. I got 3 friends, 100 enemies, dog. I got God on my side. It's almost impossible for me to fall. They want me to drop the hook. Goosebumps, I got them shook. Dust them off, shoulder shrug. Walk in the building, they looking. They want me to drop the hook. Goosebumps, I got them shook. Dust them off, shoulder shrug. Walk in the building, they looking. It's too much noise, let me drown it out. I might just go and move down south. Yeah, I do, man, but don't count me out. I wonder if the clout could buy you a damn house. And even though I might sound angry, these days nothing really faze me. Meditate on a track and go crazy. Them excuses got you sounding like a baby. But never mind that, we killed 5 tracks all in one day. Keep sleeping. Sheesh. Man, loving the energy that we starting off with this new episode, man. See, I got the visor on. The sun rays been beaming extra hard these past few weeks. It's been crazy. It's been hot. I've been outside when I don't want to be outside, but gotta make sacrifices. It's got a lot to talk about this episode. If you could, please subscribe to the channel. Please, if you could just give me like a new subscriber every week, I would appreciate that. If you watching, just please tell your friend like, hey, I've been watching this dude named Juice on YouTube. I've been tracking his progress, his videos have been doing so and so to me. You should check him out. And then let me know that you told your friend and we could start chopping it up. I would appreciate that. Like, you know, if you could help me expand my platform. I just want to educate. I want to inspire. I want to motivate. Please help me do that. If you know that somebody needs a little knowledge and some stuff that I might, you know, my videos might be useful for, then hook them up. You know, maybe they want to learn about stocks. Maybe they want to just hear me talk about the music, progress, motivation. Maybe I can, you know, help them in any way that we couldn't have thought of. So if you could, please just subscribe, share this with your friend or whatever you want to do. But it was a good week. It was a good week. It was a really, really good week. This week I want to talk about, first I want to talk about God. And I really don't talk about God that much on this channel. And I just want y'all to know what's been carrying me through life, or who's been carrying me through life. And it's my spirit. My spiritual life has been pretty, it's been a journey. It's been a roller coaster as well. You know, it's been ups and downs with my spiritual journey. Never really, you know, when I was younger, my mom would always take us to church on Sundays and stuff. Never really, you know, got into church and everything. But my relationship with God, it can be interesting sometimes. It's very, very interesting. I know certain people are placed in my life for certain reasons. I know that I'm, you know, dealt certain cards at certain points and just put in certain situations, and things do not happen on accident. Like, things do not happen on accident. That's one thing I know for sure. Things do not happen on accident. I'm in the places I'm supposed to be because it's where God is leading me to. I may not be able to see the bigger picture, but I probably will one day. And that's all I want to do is just, you know, every time I come on here with this YouTube and music and stuff, like, yeah, I'm putting in the work, but God is allowing me to, you know, take in his wisdom. He's bringing me the right people. He's bringing me the right resources or whatever it is that I need to have in order for me to get to where I want to be. He put certain people in my life, whether I can see them as friends or whether I can see them as like enemies. Like, he puts them in my life for certain reasons. And one thing I know about God is that he will test your perseverance. He will test like your resilience, your discipline, your and that's all gonna, you know, help your spiritual journey. You know, I understand that everybody don't have the same beliefs I do, so I'm not gonna really try to, this is not trying to convert you or influence you into a certain religion or, you know, anything like that. This is just me expressing how it is for me. And it's you know, you start to see like the bigger picture of certain things sometimes. We may not always be able to understand what God is trying to show us or tell us, but it's just, you know, like people, how people usually like gravitate towards each other. You know, I just been thinking about college and how I met all my friends that I talked to. I'm like, you know, nothing was forced. Nothing was, like here, my name is Turtle. It wasn't really like that. We just naturally gravitated toward each other. We got the same interests, same energy, same, similar beliefs. Not, we don't believe the same thing on everything. We always have disagreements. That's what makes it a fun friendship. But hold on, this one gonna fly out. But it's just, it's interesting to see how God plans out your life and stuff like that. And I'm loving the journey. I get a lot of wisdom from God. I get a lot of my motivations from God, and I try to pray for the right motivations. That's another thing I want to talk about too, is motivations. I feel like everybody, if you want to get to where you want to be in life, everybody has a different motivation. And it's just, I was asking the question like, man, what's everybody else's motivation? I know mine. It stems from a lot of things. First of all, I want to be able to educate people. So I need to build like a platform, like I'm so motivated to put my name out there, to expand, because I want to help people. That's one of my motivations. Another motivation is especially to help my family. Like, I want to put them in better situations. I don't want them working. I don't want them spending money and worrying about it. Like, I want to be, I want to acquire that much wealth to where I could take care of my whole family and be like, look, money not a problem. I got you in whatever you need. And, that's going to take off that financial burden, that financial stress of mine. Man, I want to see that, because the way that the system is built, like when black people come and, when they're born into America, when we're born into America, the financial system is already meant for us to start at the bottom and stay at the bottom. But that's what I try to tell people. Like, you don't have to listen to what all that noise that they be talking about. Like, just focus on the facts, focus on the data. The data and facts don't lie. That's what I was talking about with credit. Like, if you have no credit and you're looking to build your credit as a first time, to like be a first time loan buyer of like a home or auto loan or something like that, and you're a black person, man, like, do it the simple way. Don't be taking on more debt than you have to. Like, you can literally build your credit from no credit with a credit card, spending it once a month. The data shows it. It's in there. Don't believe all the noise where the uneducated black people and the white people who's trying to keep us down, like, tell us that, oh, you need to spend your credit card, take on this amount of debt for you. No, you don't need to do all that. There's simple ways to do it, and we can get there. We just got to educate ourselves. And that's one thing, that's one of my motivations, is to get this platform going so I can educate people, inspire people, and it's drives me so much to the point where I'm like, man, I'm losing sleep. I'm making sacrifices. I got to go to work from 7:30 in the morning to 6:30 at night. So when I come back at home, after I'm done eating, after I'm done showering, I'm like, man, I got two choices. I could either decide to educate, or actually three choices. I could either decide to educate myself right now, I could go to sleep and wake up the next morning, or I could work on some music and lose sleep. So the two options that I had with music, and then educate myself by reading or doing something, obviously that's gonna have to sacrifice, because I'm gonna lose sleep. So I'm like, man, do I want sleep more, or do I want education or music more? And it's those decisions that I gotta make. And I'm like, man, I'm running on 4 to 5 hours of sleep, and I'm working like 12 hours a day, and I'm still managing to get up and work out. I'm still managing to try to meditate and read the scriptures to keep my spiritual life in balance. And it's like, you know what? I could do it because God has put me in these situations to test my perseverance, to test my resilience. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through this. I love having my back against the wall. Like, I love being in situations where I get tested, just showing me like how hard of a soldier I am. And I love being in situations where I can't control everything. Like, I'm in a situation where I had to pick the best out of the worst, and it is what it is right now. I don't like where I'm at currently, but I love having my back against the wall like this, because I know it's going to be better on the other side. I know it's going to be better on the other side, and that's what just keeps me motivated. Again, my family motivates me. I want to do better for them. Of course, like, I want to see everybody around me eat. That's one of my biggest motivations. I see a lot of people in this generation, and when you go to the Instagram, when you go to Twitter, it's a lot of parties every Saturday. It's a lot of club going, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm all for enjoying life. I ain't never gonna tell nobody not to enjoy life. Like I said last week episode, or 2 weeks, whenever I said it, tomorrow is not promised. Like, if you want to enjoy life now, enjoy it, because tomorrow ain't promised. Like, enjoy it, live it up, make memories with your friends, with your family. Like, smile, laugh. That's what life is about. Like, do what you want to do. But I have a different perspective. I'm still enjoying my life now, but I'm kind of making sacrifices now, because if I'm blessed to see, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, I want to be retired and free by 27. Like, when I'm 27, 28, I want to be able to be like, hey, y'all, what y'all doing today? Oh, nothing much. Y'all want to come through and hoop at my crib? Okay, for sure. Oh, what y'all doing after this? Nothing much. Y'all just want to go watch, go to bowling and do something? Y'all want to go golfing? Like, I want the freedom to do whatever I want to do. That's another one of my driving factors, just to do what I want to do. That's one of the main things that drive me every day, especially me going to work and having listeners to somebody and I can't be like, nah, I ain't doing it. Like, that's a flex. They'd be like, hey, Juice, T, you got to do this today. No, I don't. Who said that? Who gonna fire me? Who gonna control my life now? I don't want nobody controlling my life. I want to be free from all this little chains that they try to tie us up in, which is why I'm trying to educate myself. All that noise that we hear sometimes, like, look, you got to take on this amount of debt. Look, you got to buy these type of cars. You got to do this to impress people. Man, all that is just noise. Same thing with the stock market, noise. You got to just block out all that noise and focus on you. Focus on what's best for you, and I just don't want to be 27 looking back like I shouldn't have did all that. I shouldn't have went to the club that weekend. Man, I was, I'm looking back, I'm spending like 30,000, or not 30,000, 300 at the weekends to get into the club, to buy the drinks, to hang out with my friends, got to pay them for gas. Like, it's not, in my opinion, it's not worth it right now, in my opinion. And that's just me. Everybody has their different opinions, whatever floats your boat, toots your horn, all that stuff that they be talking about. Everybody has their different perspective on life, and this is just my perspective. I want to be 27 and looking back like, okay, I was doing something. Like, I knew what I was doing. Making those sacrifices was worth it, because now I could wake up in the morning. I don't have to go to work. I don't have to go be on somebody else's schedule. What I'm gonna do today? Hey, y'all trying to? That's what I was talking about. Like, it's that lifestyle that I want to live, and I want to be able to see everybody around me like that as well. But like I said last week, everybody probably has different perspectives on life. So I got tired of telling people I'm not gonna bug people about. This is what the point of these videos are for, to try to educate. I can't force it. I can't try to do it like people try to force religion on people sometimes. That's not what I'm saying. This is what these videos are here for, so people could be like, man, you never told me you were doing stocks. Man, you never told me to invest in this. Been telling you the whole time, you ain't want to listen. So I started doing these videos because who else gonna listen to me? I'm gonna just document it as history, so you could go back and watch these anytime. And it's discipline that we all need. It's motivation that we all need. Everybody has their different motivations. I know another one of my motivations is people who hate. Like, I talked about this before. People who hate. Keep going, keep doing it. I love when people doubt me. I love when people tell me I can't do it. I love when people listen to my music and think it's average, think it's below average. Keep doubting. I'm getting better, and I ain't seen a limit yet. I haven't even seen close to my peak. So keep doubting. Y'all gonna see. It's like me just, like Goku with the Super Saiyan levels. Like, he just kept leveling up and leveling up. Y'all think we hit a certain peak at one point, but it's like, nah. That's a good thing about my black people, man. We are very, very talented. We're resilient. We're gonna get through whatever we want to get through. That's facts. And in terms of the stock market, it was a really, really good week in the stock market. Really, really good week in the stock market. This is my first time really going on like this fun, bullish run. I've never really been investing into the market like this, as you know. So this is the first time. The market had probably had like 3 good weeks in a row, 3 uptrend weeks in a row. So this is like a good uptrend that I've been seeing. Of course, when there's that much upside, you got to protect the downside. So I'm trying to protect my portfolio. This week's investment was into crypto space. It was just too attractive to buy at those prices. I know Ethereum and Bitcoin came down, and they've been down. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but it's always like a down sector in the market. Technically, crypto is not a sector, but it's emerged as a sector in the market. So I'm gonna start calling it a sector. But there's always a sector that looks attractive to buy in the market. There's always a sector that investors are ditching out on in certain seasons. And right now, crypto is just having a bad season. How long is this season gonna last? I don't know. could be within the next month. It could have a turnaround within a year. I know they're trying to find more efficient ways to mine Bitcoin and Ethereum. I know China is having this little fight with crypto right now, so it's just all going to take time. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's just in the bad season right now. It doesn't look attractive because investors don't want to put their money in right now because they can't expect a return, which is understandable. But when it's down like this, when nobody's buying, trust and believe that if I believe in it, if the theory is still, the same, if the thesis is still the same, then all you really got to do is just believe in it. Everybody else not gonna always believe in it. That shouldn't stop you from believing in it. Don't let their opinions affect yours or influence yours. That's where you got to start to think of having a mind on your own. Like, you got to be able to think for yourself. You can't let somebody else have an opinion for you. If you follow like your favorite investor, you can't just always do what they say because they say it's good. Like, you got to do your own research. You got to, same thing in life. Like, you can't just go asking people, should I do this? Your friends, thinking like your friends. Like, y'all should have a brain for yourself. Be able to think for yourself. And that's mainly what's been happening with the crypto space. And in terms of the renewable energy ETF TAN that I was talking about last week, I know the SEC has been basically like trying to force climate change proposals and stuff on a lot of companies. So basically what's been going on is the SEC came out like Wednesday or Thursday saying that a lot of these companies who say that you want to help climate change and start becoming like renewable energy companies and stuff like that, like, what is your plan to help? And a lot of people think it was aimed at a lot of those oil companies and stuff like that. It's getting a lot of opposition from like the Republican side. They're saying that basically Democrats are just trying to force these climate change incentives on companies, but they're going to start making them require, like, what are you doing to help? Why would an investor want to put the money into your company for renewable energy incentives and stuff like that? So that's what's been going on with that. But the main thing I really wanted to talk about is the company. The symbol is RIDE, R-I-D-E, also known as Lordstown Motors. Man, I've been following this company for like a few months now. I first saw them when Hindenburg Research, the short seller firm, they came out with like a report, a little article basically saying everything about Lordstown Company is a lie. They are fraud, they are thieves, and what they are doing is not real. And basically the report was saying that the CEO and the team basically lied about their pre-order numbers, basically saying, oh, we have a certain amount of these orders number they locked in, and they added it towards their revenue already to make their sheets look better. Fraud. And the CEO's response was, haters gonna hate. I'm like, dude, you didn't even come out denying the allegations. You didn't say, no, we're legit. You didn't say, no, all of our reports are true. They're just we made a mistake or nothing like that. He said haters gonna hate. I'm like, what type of response is that from a CEO? What type of response is that? So I'm like, okay, that's kind of very, very, very sus. And then in the 13 filing that was reported recently, the CEOs or the executives of the company, the main top executives, have sold their stock in February. They sold almost, if not all, of their stock. What is that showing you? What is that telling you? If the executives of the company are selling the stocks, they may think that it's not worth anything. It's worth nothing to them now, which is why they got rid of it. I'm like, okay, they must know something. And then what's also sus about that is that usually companies usually have like lockup periods or blackout periods where they don't let their executives sell stock or buy stock at a certain point, like right before earnings or right after earnings, to make it seem like it's insider trading. So they get investigated for that as well. I'm like, man, it's just a whole bunch of fishy stuff going on in this company. And I see a weakness. I'm finna expose it. I'm finna extract it. You can expect a put from me going on that company very, very, very soon. So that's what's been going on with that. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the chip shortage and how it's been affecting us. So as we all know, I'm in the ETF SMH, and that's just the semiconductor ETF, which is starting to take off. And what's basically been happening is, again, there's a shortage of these semiconductors, which are used in microwaves, phones, cars, computers, laptops, everything that we could think of. All of the devices that we use, they're pretty much made of semiconductors. And what's been going on is, like, it's a shortage, so they starting to charge more because they got to go and expand their their fleet, expand their factories, expand their inventory, and that's costing the suppliers money, which they got to pass the cost down to the people who are buying it from them, and they got to pass the cost down to the consumers. So what we seeing is the prices of laptops are going up, the prices of cars are going up, prices of computers are going up, and it's all due to the chip shortage, which is getting trickled down back to the consumers, which is exactly why I think everybody should invest into the stock market, because instead of being a distant consumer, you can make that money on the back end as an investor. So if you're a consumer and you buying these laptops at higher prices because you need one, you need to go back to school, it's not your fault that the prices are high. Well, that's why you should invest into the market, invest into like a ETF like SMH, so you can make that profit back and really start thinking like an investor and not just a consumer. And which is why I really like the stock market. I was just having a little debate with my homie Ant yesterday of real estate versus the stock market, which one is better, and that's a fun topic to talk about. He be making some good points in real estate, but it's very fun to talk about that. But it's always a lot of ways to make money. I'm never gonna just say it's one way to make money. There's multiple routes you can take, and that's what's been going on in the market. Again, I've been liking this uptrend. Gotta protect the portfolio. I'm looking to get into some utility stocks, like the symbol is D for Dominion. They pay like a 98 cent dividend, so I'm waiting for them to get to some attractive prices, and then I'm gonna just stock up on their stock and hold that. I really don't care what the price goes to on that, because I'm just holding it for the dividend at that point to protect my portfolio. I could always have like side income coming in just for me holding stock. Pay same thing with Ethereum and crypto, Ethereum and Bitcoin. I really don't care what price it goes to. I'm just collecting that interest per month now. So that's what I've been looking forward to. It's been an exciting week. I'm glad we got to talk about all this in the episode. If you could, please subscribe. Tell a friend. Please tell a friend to look up this channel and watch me, subscribe to me, follow my journey to music, follow my journey to success, happiness, follow my journey to generational wealth, and we finna do it big. Juice.
At the end of the day, your energy off. These niggas ain't what they pretend to be, dog. At the end of the day, you gon' have to go report to your boss. It's a shame. I got 3 friends, 100 enemies, dog.
It's okay.
I got God on my side. It's almost impossible for me to fall. They want me to drop the hook. Goosebumps, I got them shook. Dust them off, shoulder shrug. Walk in the building, they looking. They want me to drop the hook. Goosebumps, I got them shook. Dust them off, shoulder shrug. Walk in the building, they looking. It's too much noise, let me drown it out. I might just go and move down south. Yeah, I do math, but don't count me out. I wonder if the clout could buy you a damn house. And even though I might sound angry, these days nothing really faze me. Meditate on the track and go crazy. Them excuses got you sounding like a baby, but never mind that. We kill 5 tracks all in one day. Keep sleeping. DMD packs hit different. Made a hit on the highway speeding. Every time that I drop, somebody tell me I'm peaking. And it's still 24 hours, I ain't never leaving.